here from D is for Disney. Thank you for joining us for episode number 13. Whether you're watching on YouTube, Instagram TV, Facebook, or listening wherever you get your podcast, thank you so much for being here with me. We have a lot of Marvel news today, so let's go ahead and dive right into what happened this week in Marvel news for Disney. First up, Endgame. Endgame tickets went on sale earlier in the week and basically broke the internet. If you were like me, you probably got up early in the morning, the day that they came out, and tried feverishly to refresh those websites, trying to get your AMC app to load, Fandango website to load, the AMC A-List app. You're trying to get everything, anything at all, just to work so you can get your tickets, only to discover that none of those sites are actually working. None of them was working. It was absolute pandemonium. If you were on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, any of the social media sites, you probably saw this. It was absolute pandemonium. People were freaking out about it. I have up on the website right now, if you want to go check it out, a listicle of sorts of some, what I thought were some of the funniest Twitter responses to the absolute craziness of people not being able to get their tickets. A friend of mine texted me early in the morning to let me know, hey, these are on sale, jump on it. So I did, only to discover that even being an AMC A-List member, there was nothing I could do. So I tried over and over and over again to get it to work. Finally, I just thought, you know what? Screw it. I am going to go try on Fandango's website. So I pulled that up on my phone, and luckily, there were some tickets. They were all the way across town at a theater that I've actually never even been to because this is Los Angeles and everything is far away. So I was like, you know what? Fine. I just want to see it on opening night. I don't want there to be any spoilers. So I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna pull the trigger. Well, it turns out that later in the day, the AMC A-List app, or the AMC app, I should say, was finally up. It didn't actually look like at first that AMC was going to allow A-List members to use their A-List subscription for those tickets. I may have been clicking on the wrong thing, but it was confusing to me at first. And then over time, for whatever reason, it looks like it's working now because I was able to get my ticket. So all that to say, I hope that you got your tickets. I have more tickets than I need now. I'm not even 100% sure what to do with them. Maybe I'll just return them. Anyway, more in-game news. Marvel released more footage. I hope you've seen it. It's so good. They released not only more footage and, along with a trailer and all that stuff, they also released brand new character posters. I think there's something like 12 brand new character posters, and those are also all up on the website. They released them all on social media. Twitter was just abuzz with them, and I think they look really cool. One of my favorites, as you probably know if you listen or watch this series a lot, is Rocket Raccoon. Love Rocket Raccoon, and his is just awesome. I love it. Joe Russo of the Russo brothers fame, who are directing the Endgame movie that comes out in just a couple of weeks, he confirmed the runtime. The runtime for this movie, if you haven't heard, are you sitting down? Are you sitting down? 3 hours and 58 seconds. 3 hours and 50, it's not 3 hours and 58 minutes. 3 hours and 58 seconds. So 3 hours and 1 minute long, and you know that there's going to be footage probably during the credits, maybe after the credits, multiple times. Who knows? I'm going to sit for that whole 3 hours. I have the bladder of a chipmunk. I have Chip or Dale's bladder. I don't know why. It's just one of the curses of being me. And so I am really hoping that I am able to make it through that whole film without running out to the bathroom feverishly. Oh man, I'm just so excited about it, and I know that you guys are too. Let's go ahead and move on ahead. So Endgame. Also, more Marvel news, Black Widow and the Eternals. Black Widow and the Eternals are two female-led films that are coming out. Well, we don't actually know when they're coming out, but they are slated to begin filming later this year in 2019. Black Widow is starring Scarlett Johansson, and the Eternals is starring Angelina Jolie as a character, probably as a character. If you read it online, it says she is understood, in quotation marks, understood to be playing a character named Cersei. So we'll see how that goes. And Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson, of course, will be playing the titular character there named Black Widow, right? The news that came out about those films this week is that Kumail Nanjiani of Silicon Valley fame and The Big Sick, Oscar-nominated Kumail Nanjiani, may be joining the Eternals. I think that's great. The bread and butter, as I wrote earlier today on the website, for Marvel is great, passionate storytelling, amazing CGI, and a nice, healthy dose of humor. And I think Kumail Nanjiani fits that to a T. So I think that he's going to fit right into the MCU. If he does get the role, if that does work out, I think that it's going to be amazing. And in terms of Black Widow, if you watch Stranger Things, rejoice, because David Harbour, one of my favorite parts of that series, is said to be joining Scarlett Johansson in Black Widow. They're also saying Rachel Weisz is in talks to join that film as well. So we have two major stars joining Black Widow, potentially one at least, two potentially, and then Kumail Nanjiani is potentially going to be joining the Eternals with Angelina Jolie. So lots and lots and lots of really cool Endgame and other Marvel news. Rachel Weisz, I just checked my notes right here. I was like, I'm forgetting something. Rachel Weisz starred in The Favorite recently, so I don't know if you saw that, but obviously she's been in a lot of things. I'm sure you know who she is, but just to kind of keep things current, she was in The Favorite recently. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, follow, subscribe, share, turn on those notifications. Please leave me comments. Let me know what you like, what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong. And please, 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 if you don't do anything else, rate the podcast. If it's on Apple Podcasts or Google Podcasts or Anchor or wherever it is that you're listening, please go in and I'm not even saying you have to go in and give me 5 stars. If you don't think it's worth 5 stars, that's great. That way I know how to improve. But please go in, leave me a review. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook or IGTV, you can like or be angry or whatever. But that way I'll know if what I'm doing is good or if it's bad or whatever. Guys, that's it. Thank you so much for listening to my sales pitch there at the end, and I hope that you have a marvelous weekend.